Hi, how's it going? My name is DiTullio, and this summer I did a retail management and sales internship at Nordstrom. So a little bit more about Nordstrom in the company. It was founded in 1901 by John W. Nordstrom. And it primarily had just started out as a shoe store, but now Nordstrom has grown considerably and now is one of the leading fashion specialty retailer, offering compelling clothing, shoes, and accessories for men, women, and children. So basically, anything you need, they have there. And like I said, it started out on the West Coast, out in Seattle, but now they've grown. So now they're in 36 different states and serve countries in 96 different countries. They have over 200 stores, and that's a combination of full-line stores as well as Nordstrom Rack stores. Nordstrom's big thing is customer service. That's kind of what they're all about, what they embody. So their goal is to provide outstanding service every day, one customer at a time. So how I found out about this internship at Nordstrom was basically just kind of online, Googling, looking up internships, sales internships, good marketing internships. Eventually came across a list on Forbes that had Nordstrom rated pretty highly as an internship program. So did a little bit of research, applied online, later got an email about doing phone interviews, and eventually got it that way. And then my orientation was a 2-day orientation. The first day, got to meet my supervisor, HR, the store manager, and other interns, and they sat us down and we watched a lot of videos kind of about the history of Nordstrom, their culture, kind of how their business works, learning about how they're an inverted pyramid, and things like that, which was good for me because honestly I had never really known much about Nordstrom. I knew that there was one near my home, but I literally did not know much about it, so it was good to kind of have that information given to me beforehand. And then the second day we kind of worked at POS sales, which is point of sale. So learning how to use the registers, the mobile devices, the iPads, things like that. Then we also shadowed our department manager on the floor, doing a day of non-selling, to kind of just see what it was like to be a manager on the floor at Nordstrom. So two of my learning objectives were to better understand management strategies and skills in the retail industry, and to gain valuable knowledge and experience in sales. And I think I can say I've successfully achieved both of these. I definitely learned a lot about management just through following my supervisor, who is the department manager, as well as learning from the two assistant managers who worked in my department. They were super helpful, always kind of giving me tips and things what I should be doing and kind of the problems that they were dealing with. As well, the internship had us meet with other executives and go to other stores and hear from managers, and learn about different management techniques, such as style flexing, work-life balance, and kind of how just communication is very, very important in management. And definitely got a lot of valuable experience in sales. I was on the sales floor a lot, so constantly interacting with customers and really striving to give them that perfect experience with the store, building relationships. So I definitely felt comfortable by the end, approaching to customers and really knowing the product and being able to help them get what they wanted. One of the biggest projects we had as interns was a social media project. So they broke us up into groups, and my group was given the question, how can we use social media to drive more volume? So this was kind of like a little bit of a marketing project. Nordstrom doesn't really do marketing on a small scene. They do it corporate wide, but the store really doesn't do too much. So we got to work on Instagram and figure out ways that we can drive more volumes. So like things as in-store promotions, like Instagramming a picture 10% off if you show this at the register, items of the day, small little things that hopefully the store can use going forward to increase volume. Then also just working for setting up for the whole anniversary sale and the floor install for that. It was a big project, setting up all the different tents, and it was a real visual merchandising project. So to see how much really goes into that was a good experience. What I learned about myself in the industry I've worked in retail before, but never really for a company as big as Nordstrom, kind of just on the smaller sense. And so this kind of opened my eyes to kind of what like working for a real company is like, having actual sales goals, individual goals, department goals, store goals. Um, and so that was good. And just what I learned is that you really kind of have to be active in a sales environment, and you can't really be complacent. You kind of always got to be striving to get better, and especially at Nordstrom, giving that customer that experience and really giving everything you have to them. So you really kind of just have to be motivated. You can definitely be very successful at Nordstrom, but a lot of it's self-driven. So you just gotta kind of keep striving to be the best you can be. And so being in an environment like that was very beneficial, and I think I can learn from that going forward. Next steps. So like I said, I've worked in retail before, and I don't necessarily see myself working in retail forever, being a salesperson forever, but I liked the things I learned about the management side from Nordstrom, being a department manager, being a store manager, or even getting to hear from the New England regional manager. I could see myself in that type of role. And they offered me to come back for winter break, so I'm going to be working back at Nordstrom for the holidays. So I think that experience may kind of tip my hat of where I might be going next. But like as I said, Nordstrom is based out in Seattle, and I would love to get to headquarters there and work out in Seattle or Portland or anywhere on the West Coast, just because the culture of Nordstrom is so much bigger out there, and also because they do a lot of their, like I said, their marketing is at their corporate offices. So if I did want to pursue marketing at Nordstrom, I'd have to be at the corporate offices out there. So I don't know if necessarily retail is definitely in my future, but I could see myself working there for a little bit and getting maybe that manager experience before moving on to something else. So if you have any questions, please contact me, and I hope you enjoyed.